Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Renault Talisman car. The long-awaited successor to the third generation of the Laguna debuted in 2015. The large and nicely styled bodywork attracts attention to this day. The interior is not only spacious, but also elegant and nicely finished. It must be admitted that the designers of the shapes deserve the award. And what about the engineers of technology? Unfortunately, the compromise between customer expectations and EU requirements led designers to use relatively small engines. 1.6-liter petrol engines were supposed to be enough. But when emission and fuel consumption standards were brought down to a realistic level, a 1.8 unit quickly jumped into the range. Interestingly, the latest novelty is a 1.3-liter petrol engine with not the least power. It was similar with diesels. It started with the basic 1.5 and the more powerful 1.6, including a version with a double turbocharger. And after updating the standards testing, it came in 1.7 and 2.0L. The power range in both cases is more than satisfactory, although it must be admitted that a truly sporty version is missing. The most powerful unit generates only 225 HP, and that from a capacity of 1.8L. Interestingly, it is the same engine that was used in the sports Alpine A110. And here's an interesting fact. These small engines are doing well for now. The cars are max, 5 years old, so still young. There are no complaints about them. Although 1.6 diesels often end up with premature timing belt replacement, the 2.0 diesel is a sure thing, but it came into the offer very late. The slightly too weak 1.5 diesel is recommended, which can still be repaired cheaply. In the case of petrol engines, it's hard to give a clear assessment at the moment. The most popular 1.6 engine is not bad, but it sometimes consumes too much oil. The rest, on the other hand, is still a mystery. The dual-clutch transmission, which was used in 8 of the 13 drive versions of this model, is in worse shape. Unfortunately, in cars with a mileage of around 200,000, there are already failures, or at least expensive clutch replacements. Therefore, it is worth considering the manual version only in diesels. Renault Talisman users can feel the vibe of Laguna. Frequent electrical failures are the norm. Everything freezes, from the lock, through the engine starter, to the multimedia screen, for absolutely no reason. Unfortunately, one of the common causes of unstable electronics is the car's accident history. Unprofessional repairs result in such problems. Eliminating this factor is more than half the success when buying a car. The rest of the Talisman's components are normal. Neither the chassis nor the bodywork differ in any way from German or Japanese models. In addition, suspension servicing, if it doesn't have adaptive shock absorbers, is quite cheap. There are no worries about the 4Control four-wheel steering system. The car has undergone many repairs, so after purchase, regardless of the source, it is worth visiting an authorized service center to check if anything needs to be done. Common Renault Talisman faults: electronics, minor faults, lack of functionality, freezing, no access to the car, battery discharge, premature wear of the EDC double-clutch transmission, excessive oil consumption in the 1.6 petrol engine. What to look for? Cars from a reliable source, preferably from the showroom from the first owner. I recommend 1.5 and 2.0 diesels. What to avoid? Cars with uncertain history and petrol engines. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.